Hello, this is Eric Garrido once again. Eddie G here with another video. The last video I did was a song in the Nautilus, in the Korg Nautilus, just to see how easy it was to navigate without reading the manual and to get something done, to see how far I could push it. I promised that I would do the same thing on the Roland Fantom. So I'm right here. Now the Fantom, one of the differences Nautilus has combination mode, a program mode, where it's just single programs, patches per se, a combination mode where there's layers and splits, etc. And then you have a sequencer mode. The Roland takes a different approach. They call it scenes. So a scene can be a single sound. It can be a song. I'm gonna press play. But no matter where you are, you can, to get to a new song area that you want from scratch, that way, is a button called single tone. You press that and you'll see that above that button, there's one called the zone view, which they have zones. So that's a zone for track 1, zone 2. So instead of tracks, they call it zones, okay? So I have 16 zones. Now Roland has always put their drums on MIDI channel 10, which is, I guess, zone 10. That should be a drum set. And it is. The rest should be just pianos. Yeah, so now what we do here is, I guess, there's a tempo button below single tone button. So what you do is you stop your tempo. So I'm getting close. Now I'm going to use the wheel to go to 90 and close it. All right. So to record, I just press record, which the record button is over there. Press record. And now I do want to quantize. So I'm going to put grid up to 16th notes. Yeah, that's nice. I want a 1 measure count. That's good. And I want to do an 8 measure pattern. So I changed it right there, right here. You see that? All right. So, and I'm going to go and start 2, 3, 4. All right, I like it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press record again, and I'm gonna press this button here. This is mix and new. I'm gonna change it to mix, and that's really the overdub. In the Nautilus, I had to go to a different page to get the overdub. All right, so, and we still have 90, the length is 8, and I got my measure count. I'm gonna go and start. 3, 4. All right, we're gonna record some more, and when all right, let's see if I can find some congas. do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now there's a mistake there. Let's see if we can fix it. If we can go to edit, piano roll. Let's see, where's the mistake? There, the mistake is somewhere around there. So the mistake is somewhere in here. I did not find a piano roll in the Nautilus, but I also didn't make a mistake on that one. So, but it's good that I made a mistake and I can leave it there. It'd be nice if I could scroll. Yeah, I could. I can with the buttons. So let's see where the mistake is. Okay, I see the mistake. The mistake is over here. Can I? Ooh, I can. Okay, so the mistake is around here. I think it's on 5-1. Okay, so this I need to move. Ooh, I can just move it there. And that should be fine. Let's see if it's true. It should go on the 1, 3, 4. Also, there's a, this should be right here. There. Let's try it there. Yeah, fix the mistake. That is awesome. I really, really like that. That you're able to go to it's almost like a full DAW. And you can see over here you have your velocities. That is very nice. That's very well thought of. Okay, so we have our group going on. Let's play exit. Now let's look for I'm in track 10. And this is the funny thing is that I can now just press right here and have that. So that's a really stop. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press track 1 through 8. Because in track 1, I'm gonna put, let's see if I can do it from here. Yeah, I can do it from here. I'm gonna go to bass. Now, over here I have buttons. Over there I have buttons. And I'll just go, and it's a category. Acoustic piano, electric piano, organ, keys, guitar, bass. Number 6 is bass. So let's find a nice E bass. Bring an octave down. I like it. I like that one. All right, so I pick my bass and I go okay. And my cell is on A1, and that's where my loop's gonna be. And same thing, I'm press record, and I'm gonna go to length. Actually, I can have a different length. Here, I'll just keep it at 4. 1 measure count, my quanta is still at 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we do is we go to the next cell, and over here I'm gonna pick a piano, but not an acoustic piano. I want the Nautilus doesn't have any buttons really, but the Fantom does, and they're clearly marked. So I'm just gonna go to button number 2, which is my electric pianos. This is nice. I like that. So let's record 8 bars of that. We have 4, so we're gonna switch it to 8 with the knob. And we're still, I should take the quantize off because I want this to be more free. Press start. That's so cool. And you know what's cool too is that I had that sour note. I can go edit, piano roll, find it. It was in the higher register. Let's see what that sounds like. Perfect. Let's say that I wanted to get rid of that last high note. All I have to do is click on it. No. Ooh. Erase. Click on it. Erase. And then it's gone. I like it. So we'll exit out of that. And then the next thing that we had was, I believe, a guitar. All right. So for a guitar, let's move the cell to the next guy and go through the buttons to guitars. Double click on that, and I have an nylon string guitar right away. Let's see which ones. We'll do that for 4 bars, and we will have the quantize at 16, and press start. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need, I think it was a electric guitar. Double click on that, and you see we have acoustic guitar, electric guitar, distorted guitar. So let's go to electric guitar and let's just find. That's the one. Let's do 4 bars of guitar, and we want the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I screwed up. So if you screw up, all you have to do is you have this pattern selected right there. It's select that pattern, go to pattern utility, select the pattern you want, which is already selected, delete, and delete. Okie dokie, delete completed. So now let's record that again. Press exit, record, and start. 2, 3, 4. Mix that a little bit. Let's see, how can I do that? There's gotta be a mixer somewhere. Where's the mixer? Exit. No. Menu. Mixer. So I press a menu button, took me to a mixer. And I'm going to bring number 4 up. I'm going to go pan to the right, the guitar to the left. So that's nice. Now let's put some strings. So we already have 5. We're gonna go ahead and look for some strings. Let's see, where are my strings? Of course, over there I have buttons, and I just go to number 7, which is labeled strings, and I have some strings there. If I double click, there it is. Yeah, let's use that. Or this one. Almost the same. Now in the other sequence in the Nautilus, I started this at 5. So how can I do that here? I'm gonna go okay. So I guess I can do 8 and then just play it at 5. So then the first 4 will be silence. So I go like this. And I'm gonna say 8 right here. And I'm gonna start. I won't play anything. Here comes 5. All right, beautiful. It's looping again. I would like that to have a lot of reverb. So let me see. I'm going to go to menu, effects edit, and insert effects. I'm in zone. You have a lot of effects on it. See, I'm in zone 5 right here. Zone 5. Master effects. So edit, okay, main, go to insert effect, okay, and then the insert effect, I'm gonna go edit, exit, through, okay, there we go. We have filter, phase, flanger, chorus, modulation, drive, delay. Well, they have a delay. Let's see what it sounds like. I'll have to use that because what happens here is that I forgot that Roland only puts, they don't have reverbs on their inserts. That's one thing that's I don't like about Roland. They don't have reverbs on their insert effects. They have reverbs at the end for the entire thing. It's like the reverb is global. So, all right, so we're gonna have to mimic that with this. And let's see. Yeah, that's better. On top of this, oops, I soloed it. So let's put some delays on this so it's not as dry. So we selected 4, we go to the menu, we go to effects, edit. Now we're in zone 4. You see right here, zone 4. Main, we're gonna go to insert effects 1, okay, edit, pan delay. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. No, that's way too busy. So I'm gonna have to go with that delay. That's tap and pan. Let's see. I kind of did like that. Menu, mixer, just have to bring it down a little bit. I like it. All right, so far I found the Fantom a little more intuitive when it comes to workflow, only because it does have more buttons and they're clearly defined of what they do. The Nautilus, it has everything on the screen, so it can be really busy, you know, very cluttered. But it was really easy to find stuff too. I mean, I could do the sequence, and I believe they had a little more control on their effects. Let me see if I can go to the effects and see if I can actually, oh yeah, there's an edit, and then if I go to the that. Can I edit that? I'm sure there may be a way, so let's not, but that's beyond the scope of this video. And now, how do we sample this out into a stereo thing? Well, let's record a melody. So that's what we're gonna do. Record a melody. Go to the pattern. We gotta make sure we like this piano. Let's use that. We gotta do 8 bars, I guess. And I don't want any quantization. And we start 1, 2, 3, 4. Some effects to this. Nice. So, all right, now let's find out how we can bounce it. So I think one way to bounce it is, I think I'm gonna have to sample it. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce it. But before that, once again, before that, I'm gonna try to record some audio. On the other video for the Nautilus, I actually recorded my voice during this to see how it would do. So let's do that right now. All right, so to do the audio, if we're from here, what we're gonna have to do is go to the sample menu, I guess. Let's go to, I think if I go to menu and the effects, and we have internal and audio in. Okay, so I have audio in, and then I have a higher line. This is probably mic. And there it is. And I can have a vocoder, etc., etc. I can record with effects, but I'm not gonna. I may record with an EQ, only if I can edit it. Edit. What can I edit? The EQ. Let's edit the EQ, and I'm gonna do a low gain. No. High, chill at 1, 2. Nah, let's do the EQ later. All right, so now I guess I got a sample to the right that way. I have a sampling button, and if I sampling, I have my choices are to pad, to keyboard, to storage. I'm gonna sample to pad. You can also import samples that you already have, but right now, for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna go to pad, and it says sample already exists. Okay. I'm gonna cancel that because I wanna see where can I sample. Right there on number 6, I can sample. So to pad, okay. And I wanna sample to number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Select. Okay. I wanna sample. Check, you see, and I have my meters there already. Format's gonna be mono. audio in on. How can I change this to this guy? I don't want to sample. I want to sample right there. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to select that. Okay. I'm right there. For some reason, it keeps. I'm going to say overwrite. I'm going to start. In a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers. In a world where works. All right, so there it is. I had to keep the button down. That was. Then I have my start point here that I can scroll over here, and then my end point. In a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers. So now what I do is I go to the sample utility and I'll truncate. Okay. And now that is truncated, I go to sample utility. Do I normalize? Let's find out. In a world. Wow, that's really loud. So the level, I have a level right there. So let's bring it down to like there. In a world where. All right, so that's nice. So now we have to sequence that somehow. How are we gonna sequence this? All right, so I had to look that up. So that wasn't very intuitive. So I did sample that into the pads. So now from the pads, what I gotta do is you gotta go to menu, the menu button, and then there's tone edit, effects, zone edit, scene edit. So you go scene, edit, and then here you're gonna have scene level, tempo, pad mode, and pad zone select. So now if you see it's off, you have 16. I'm gonna put mine on, let's see, pattern. I want it to go on 7. So I'm gonna go again, menu, scene edit, and let's put that on 7. And according to my calculations, that should come up so that I can trigger it from my keyboard and sequence it. So let's go enter. Okay, pattern, and there it says pad right there. So let's see. All right, so there it is. In a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers. All right, so then let's see if I can sequence that. I found a note where it is, because actually when you put the pads to the keyboard, then all the samples on that pad are gonna be there. I like the Nautilus approach better because the Nautilus has 16 track audio recorded right there. So you don't have to, it also samples, but it has 16 MIDI tracks and 16 audio tracks. So you can use, it's super old school. All you have to do is press record in your audio track and sing away, baby. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and see, I had no way, by sampling, I really had no way of timing where I would speak. But for the purpose of these videos, let's just do it. So I'm gonna press record, sample the pad, and I'm gonna start. In a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers. In a world where workstations are trying to take. So it did work. So now let's go to the mixer, where I'm gonna turn it up a lot. And let's see. In a world where workstations are trying to take over. All right, let's see if I can put some EQ. My EQ here is right here. Gain, oh, nice EQ right there. Let's bring some highs up. Some mids, highs too. In a world I'm gonna have to do is bring everything super down. I wonder if I can access the sampling again. Wave edit. Oh, there we go. Level 69. Let's bring this level up again. Wave edit. There. That should be it. In a world where workstations are trying to take over, and I need to bring that vocals. I'm gonna say that in the Nautilus it was a lot easier to do this. Everything else was a little harder, but let's go back to my mixer, and I had the EQ right here. Now the EQ in the Nautilus, part of the effects, so it's not in the mixer like here. I would like it to be in the mixer like here. In a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers, all right, yeah, when it comes to audio, I like the Nautilus better. I'm gonna have to say that. You know, but it's not impossible to do something nice here. Per se, it's not like a true audio workstation where the Nautilus is. Now, what we gotta try to find out what to do is to bounce all this to a stereo wave file. Let's make sure that in a world where workstations are trying to take over the computers. So that's another thing, is that now this is a loop. There is a song mode, but I would have to do it all over again and re-trigger the thing. So yeah, recording audio would be easier on the Nautilus, but everything else seems to be easier here. It's more logical. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Let's bounce this into sampling, and we're gonna have to sample it again. Now, a lot of apps on the iPads, you know, iPad apps, you just put like export to WAV, and whatever you did, it just exports to WAV, like Cubases and stuff like that. I don't know why keyboards don't do that. You have to resample. So let's resample. We'll see what I have here. So we'll resample in 10. Sampling. Let's see if I can do it from here to pad. Okay, and yeah, right there. I like it. Not from the input. I want to sample from the keyboard. I'm gonna say okay, and I want to sample stereo. My audio in is gonna be off, and let's see if my meters are correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, ooh, it has an auto trigger level, which I couldn't find on the Nautilus. So auto trigger level 5, that's probably good enough. And I'm gonna go ahead and go start. Oh no, it's auto trigger, so I'll start it over here. So there's my sample. Let's preview it. Let's go to the endpoint. That looks like a good endpoint. Why not? And the level's fine. By the way, you can zoom in horizontally. There it is, the sample. You can zoom in vertically. There's the sample. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to sample utility. I'm not gonna normalize. I'm not gonna truncate or delete, but I'm gonna export to WAV. Sample export, okay. And my USB drive is blinking, and now it's in my USB thumb drive, and I can use the sample anywhere I want. So there you have it. The song was done, and I think it took less time than in the Nautilus. I found the Roland Fantom O sequencer very intuitive because of the amount of buttons that it has, and they're all labeled very well. You do have a lot of options. Now the sound view is awesome. You press it once, as you want, you can see 4, 8, or your 16. There are other modes where you can build a song. See, we were here on the pattern mode, which if you click here, tricks everything. But I can, see, I turned that off. And if I wanted to repeat whatever, and like live, I can basically, all these cells can have samples and you can combine them. And what happens is as all these cells, you combine them differently, you can use these groups. You can group them together to trigger these things like that. And that sends you to song mode. And in song mode now you can do it linear. And that's how you build a song with the Fantom. And it's intuitive, it's different. I kind of prefer, depending on the kind of music, I think I would prefer the Nautilus because it's more old school. But if you're into looping and grooves and stuff like that, I think the Fantom O would be more for you. So we're just scratching the surface, but I wanted to make a video with mistakes I make and everything on what this would be like. And let me show you what the Fantom looks like. So for instance, you have all your sliders, all your controls. You have your encoders that you control the screen with also. There is my window, my transports, and the sample pads. And these are the buttons that I was talking about, that it's the equivalent of a category on the whatever. Now the MIDI X is a little more complicated, and it's another story with the MIDI X, which will be the next video. I am going to do the same sequence. Oh, I forgot to do something, and I should do it right now before I forget. So we have all this. I have to write it. I have to save it as a scene. If I don't save it as a scene, I lose that. Okay, so I have to go scene, write scene, and scene write edit will be discarded. Are you sure? Okay. And then it tells me, where do you want me to run to? So I'm gonna rename it. So I'm gonna say clear all, and I'm gonna type F for Fantom. And I'm gonna say for video. And I'm gonna go okay. So I named it. I don't wanna, that's another song that I have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna look for a spot that's empty. And I guess in the C's, maybe not. There, I'm gonna say okay. Okay, so now I saved everything. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next, I'm gonna record the same thing on the MIDI X. If you haven't seen the Nautilus one, please look for it. It's in my channel. It's the same exact thing that I just did right now, but on the Nautilus. It takes a little longer because I was making up everything. And like I say, I pretty much just turned on these keyboards and found my way through them without reading the manual. I did have to see a couple things like the sampling and how to send the samples to the keyboard. But for the most part, any of these two keyboards, it's a great addition to this situation. If you truly are gonna sing or record sax or something like that, and you don't have a computer, then I think the Nautilus would be a little better. because of the 16-track audio recorder. However, it can be done on the Fantom O because you can sample the phrases of your saxophone or your guitar or whatever in the sampling section, you know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. Please follow me on Spotify. It's Eddie Garrido. Follow me on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. Also, please subscribe to the channel and visit eddie-g.com. That's eddie-g.com. Thank you.